Alright, so I got a couple things that need to be talked about today. And just like I put one about the problems in Overwatch competitive, I have a couple issues that are going to be about Rainbow Six. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a Call of Duty player. That's where my first person shooter was. I played Call of Duty World at War. And the jump from first of all from console to PC was big, and there's a huge skill gap there. And then the jump from and kind of more arcadey, fast-paced shooter to a more tactical one, such as Rainbow Six, was a huge jump. There was a big skill gap that I had to cross, especially when Operation Health came out. That's when I first started playing a lot of casual and a lot of the multiplayer. For originally, I just played Terrorist Hunt, and there's a huge skill gap there. And as I've played almost like probably close to 200, 250 hours of the multiplayer, I've noticed a couple things that are wrong. The first of which, because I'm low ranked, I am not good at this game. I am very low ranked. I find a lot of people who smurf and or intentionally lower their rank, either people who intentionally lower rank and D-rank to play with lower skilled people, or people who have new accounts, because I versed an account that was level 2 and completely destroyed us. And I mean, it was utter domination. Now, my opinion on Smurfs in any game is there's two kinds of Smurfs that I find. Asshole Smurfs, who do it to make themselves feel better. This is being, they just try hard, they destroy people who are new at the game because they're so low ranked. Stuff like that. People who are assholes. The other kind of Smurf is the Smurf that I don't care. If you're just trying to, if you're smurfing at a low rank and you're doing stupid shit like, for example, playing Counter-Strike with a controller, or just like recruit rushing every round, or pistols only, or trying to do 1Ds with Blackbeard, or something like that, that's fine. I don't care if you do that. If you're doing it to play with your friends in casual, as long as you're playing casual, it's fine. Where it crosses the line is when you jump into ranked and you actually try. That's not as big of an issue. We have an issue specifically with guys who are kind of assholes because something doesn't go their way, and I'll throw up a clip right here of a guy who the previous round, me and our Buck got picked off by Jaeger. It was, and on then he picked Cav on the defending round, and he down before we could really react because we were all reinforcing shit. He downed all of us and left us to die out. That's the kind of player that kind of ruins this game. And I'll put it up. You can do what you want with his name. I don't give a shit. Just don't go out and flame him if he is any social media and you find it. Don't flame him. It was probably just frustrated, but you can't do that. That kind of thing ruins the game for people. And this is a game I want to live. The other issue I have, specifically more so in ranked, is ping abuse. And it's not as prevalent anymore, but it still happens. And I have a screenshot that I can show you, and where people have 250 plus ping. That's the kind of shit that can't happen, because that, yes, it can be disastrous for them, but for the most part, it's not. And what it leads to is an unenjoyable experience because they use Peeker's advantage, which is not completely patched out. It is still there. It's not completely patched out because of client side and server side, on how on their side they peek it and they shoot you, but for you they haven't peeked yet. And it's, if I'm wrong on how the Peeker's advantage works, please tell me if I'm wrong. But I've noticed that in these games, in a lot of these ranked games, the ping abuse goes their way, not mine, and doesn't help me at all. And my ping is typically around anywhere from about 40 to 80, and I'm playing against people who are at 280, and I feel like that's an issue. The only really other thing is that I have to say to counter some of this stuff is don't play ranked as much as you would like to, unless you exclusively play ranked and know how to deal with like Peeker's advantage and counter that shit. Because I don't, so I don't play as much ranked. That's why I'm still at copper. I probably am playing at a silver, low gold level, but I'm playing at it with coppers. And that's only because I can't get out of it because I don't have people who can consistently play with me. My only other issue with this and I have to do with toxic people, just try to be a nice guy. If someone gets frustrated and does what they did to me, just don't get mad at them. Don't do anything drastic. Don't do it yourself. If you get frustrated, leave the game or just take a break after the match. Don't put yourself through it. And there's really not much else. It's like any game. Like in my Overwatch one, there was overwhelming toxicity. There's toxicity in this game. I just find it at a lot less rate because at least if they're just being toxic in the voice chat, I can mute them, whether it's ranked or not. Because in this game, you can solo around. You can carry around on your own. You can ace it, or you can clutch it a 1v3. Whereas in a game like Overwatch, it's a complete team game and you can't. At least in this game, it revolves around the kills. You can at least kill 3 people on your own. You can 1v5 in this game. You can't 1v6 an entire team in Overwatch because of the way the game is designed. So in this game, just try. General tips: be a nice guy. Don't do dickish things. If you're smurfing, don't be an asshole smurf. There's not really much else I can say. I love this game and I just want it to become better. That's all. Thank you for listening to my rant. Goodbye. And have a wonderful day.